Hey team, here's my 2-minute conviction for the year, my first one, so happy 2022. I had a couple of other messages up there as flashbacks, but as we come into the beginning of our workflow and setting some expectations for the year ahead, I'm always drawn to the idea of what are my priorities, what are those key themes for the next 365 days. And it strikes me that setting goals is not the most important part. Most people set goals, but not everybody achieves what they set out to do. And so the distinguishing characteristic of leaders and people who are succeeding at their endeavours isn't that they have New Year's resolutions and plans and strategies and goals. It's that they build habits and systems and processes and lifestyle around those goals and those priorities to see them through. And so just on that thought of priority, often I used to set my priorities in a very hierarchical, linear sense. I used to have my first and biggest and most important priority on top of this, what I call bookshelf model. And so God would be right up the top, and then I'd have my wife on the second shelf and my kids on the third shelf of this bookcase. And eventually I'd have work and all my other areas of interest, and self-care comes down somewhere towards the bottom. And I used to think in theory this was a great way of setting my priorities for the year. Except that it doesn't work practically, because if God is my number one priority, then all my time, effort and energy goes into that, and then there's nothing left for my marriage, and then there's even less available to my kids, let alone my work and other areas of importance. And so it was kind of a flawed concept. And so now I work with a spherical model of priorities, and I put God right at the hub of my wheel, right at the center, so that no matter what I'm doing, He is the point of reference and the kind of the axis of my efforts, attention, my focus, and my life. I put my marriage and my children as the outer hubs of that wheel, so they too are very central to everything I do. And then I have different spokes coming off my hub. I have my work and my business, I have my other leadership pursuits, I have my writing and speaking, I have friendships and community, I have my church ministry and expressions. And they are all relevant and important, but they are not the center of my life. And as the wheel rotates, as my life progresses, as I move from one day to the next, not all of those spokes can be my priority. Not all of them can be something that I give undivided effort and attention to. I can really only give one spoke time and attention at any given point. And so as the wheel rotates, a different spoke comes in contact with the ground, absorbs the ground reaction forces, and in that moment is important to me. But then it rotates off importance in a matter of moments. And so that's my model for the year. That's my concept. I have God, my family, right at the center of my world, and then the spokes rotate in time. And I just encourage you, think about what is your model of prioritization? How do you think about your goals and your themes for the year? And how do you make sure they remain balanced in a way that is practical and helpful? And so there's my 2-minute conviction. Have a great 22, and I'll see you more regularly. Bye.